Government paid out £54 million to transform the land registry system. That's one of the key findings in a report published today by the Assembly Public Accounts Committee. Chair of the committee, Paul Maskey, and committee member Mitchell McLaughlin explained the importance of the report entitled Transforming Land Registers, the Landweb Project.
Yeah, well, this is a report originally carried out by the Audit Office, and Controller Auditor General has carried this out, and as well as a number of other reports, and we as a committee get to look at all of them, and we decide on what basis, whatever basis we need to look at it, to carry it forward. On this one here, we've seen that it was a relatively successful initiatives by the department, some issues but relatively successful, and we obviously wanted to see if there's any best practice, what we could learn from it, so to enable us to adjust our recommendations so that other departments can take this on forward as well.
We've found a number of reports that departments fail to properly scope out the project, and that very often then leads to further negotiations and incremental expansion of the original project, when in fact this could be and needs to be anticipated in advance. It places the departments at a disadvantage when they're dealing with the private sector. We're also recommending that the department and other departments work to put in place a team of people with the necessary technical skills to be able to project manage and to develop the correct specifications from the very beginning. We also think that there are serious shortcomings in terms of having a more open and transparent relationship with BT in this instance. No information about the degree of profit sharing involved or the open book accountancy. Now, these issues are being addressed incrementally, but they should actually be addressed at the very beginning, not as part of mid-contract negotiations or as additions to an original contract. So we think these issues need to be learned, and the institutional memory in this place needs to capture those lessons. Well, for me, a key recommendation related to the retention of intellectual property rights, because that does, I think, give the executive and the departments greater flexibility in terms of their negotiations and their contractual arrangements. It means we can go to the market, we can market test the cost of delivery of these services. But in fact, if we are essentially paying for the research and development, and the private sector is then walking away with the project, and they can sell it to any other government department, then I think that doesn't represent the best value for money for the taxpayer.
I suppose with regards to the taxpayer, is very, very important what our committee takes all this aspects on and looks into it. There was surplus of money within the department, and one of the recommendations was key to myself is that whatever surplus of money is, because there shouldn't be extra additional taxation on, I suppose, on the taxpayer, but we've seen that as the case within this report. So what we would obviously want to see is that whatever surplus money is there at this stage, is that it's obviously brought in front of the Assembly, so the Assembly proves where that money is spent, because I mean it has to be very, very public to ensure that the people, taxpayers know, and also that the Assembly agrees it.